All right, good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, everyone, and welcome to the award-winning Adams Brothers podcast. Happy Hump Day to each and every last one of you out there in Facebook and YouTube land. Thank you for joining the hottest podcast in South Florida, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties. You are watching two chocolate, bald-head, handsome black brothers. Thank you for joining us. We're happy to have you here watching us from your electronic device. Thank you. We appreciate the love. Not everybody's loving on us right now, but we don't give a damn about that. We're going to stay in some good trouble over here, and we don't care who doesn't like it. We don't care. When we first started out, they didn't want to talk to us. That was fine. We just kept right on moving. And they saw how we were moving, and now all of a sudden they wanted to talk to us. So guess what? Now they don't want to talk to us. For obvious reasons. They have their agenda, and they are saying that we have ours. But I don't have an agenda.
And I don't either.
I told you what I wanted and what I liked and who I was in favor of and who I wasn't in favor of from the get-go, from the jump, right from the start. I never lied to any of you, and I have no plans on lying to any of you. So that being said, welcome to our podcast. We're only going to be on here for an hour. I just got off from work. I just punched out like 30, 45 minutes ago. And I'm dog tired right now. I'm not even going to lie. So I already told my brother, 1 hour flat and we getting off. Okay? So whatever we can't cover in 1 hour, we won't cover it today.
All in number is 754-227-1986.
If you got something on your mind you'd like to talk about, hit us up on the ABP hotline, Adam Brothers Podcast hotline, 754-227-1986. It's at the bottom of your ticket going from right to left. Don't forget about our Cash App. It's $ Adams Brothers Podcast. And on Zelle, Adams Brothers POD at gmail.com. This is an Adams Brothers Media LLC podcast. So with that being said, I'll give them the disclaimer about the views and all that, because we've been forgetting that, you know?
Yeah.
Because people been coming on here and, putting stuff on here, and, the views expressed are those of the people.
Of the callers and commenters in the comment section, and they does not necessarily reflect those of the Adams Brothers Media LLC, Adams Brothers Podcast.
That's right. What's up, Tony? Tony Get Sensational Sands, our brother from another mother. Thank you for joining us, my brother. We got to get together and do a podcast, man. It's been a while since you've been on, man. I know you've been busy working on your degree. So, yeah. Football season is right on top of us, man. We got to start talking our little smack. So,
yeah, we're going to be on you.
And we're going to be on you about them old sorry Cowboys. And I know you don't like our Miami Dolphins. That's fine. But your wife loves them.
We see they on YouTube watching. That's where the ones who, especially the ones at the city, they love to go on YouTube and watch, so they can be anonymous.
Yeah, they have fake pages that they go up under. We know. But again, all we have to say is we have technology that we could do all sorts of things. So we know who you are.
Well, they definitely want to know what we have to say.
Oh, yeah.
As I'll give an update right now.
Especially you.
we had they were okay with me at first. They were okay with me and you at first.
Yeah, they don't want to talk to us now.
And that's okay.
And that's fine. But when the election time comes again, you don't want to talk to us now. Don't talk to us then.
But they were calling all the time during election time.
Oh yeah.
You know,
typical politician.
They
get your vote, they haul ass.
They were calling doing the election here back in the last election back in March. They were calling us. You know, trying to gauge the community and all of that. They were doing that. So it is what it is. Like I say, this is why people don't really want to get into politics, because the politicians, especially here in Deerfield Beach, they're a bunch of snakes here. And they always have been that. And I always have known that. They're a bunch of snakes. They're a bunch of two-faced snakes. That's what they are. It is what it is. And always what we're doing right now, I always stayed in the middle. And I'm still in the middle as far as with our podcast. But people always told me they're not who they say they are. And it only just it just, as time go on, it just shows, because in the last few months, it just shows exactly who they are. You know, and now they're trying to, and I'll give you an update on we had filed a injunction against the city.
When you say we,
me and Dan Hurst, they know, because I talked about it a little bit the last time. Who don't hear?
Might not know, but.
Me and Dan Hurst, and instead of the local media and their attack dogs focusing on why a lawsuit was even filed in the first place, or an emergency injunction was even filed, they're focusing on who's paying for the attorneys.
And they associated the attorneys with Sheriff Tony.
Yes.
And they, we have the attorneys are associated with the Broward County Sheriff's Office. So Wayne Adams and not Daryl, but Dan Hurst are with the Sheriff's Office, with Tony.
And saying he's meddling in politics. I haven't talked with Greg Tony about anything of this nature, and that's the God heaven truth. Haven't spoke to Tony since he was on our podcast here months ago. So for especially that Mike Hudak, for him to go and imply that I'm not, or we're not working in the best interest of the city.
Well, they say the same thing about him.
And the thing is, what bothered me more than anything was to try to talk about my character and my integrity. That's what bothered me.
Well, that's what they wanted to do.
That's what bothered
like that, so it can
that's
get
what bothered me, to question my integrity and my character.
I'm sure his has been questioned too.
Okay. I think he needs to worry about fixing around 8th Avenue with the drainage over there. That's what he needs to start worrying about. And I think they got other issues they need to worry about more than the Broward Sheriff Office. That's just me. I mean, I just wanted to just say that, because they're implying all things, and then they got the local reporters around here talking about Sheriff Tony, attorneys, and all that. I don't give a damn about any of that. We would have never had to file a lawsuit if things had been done the right way. It would have never had to come down to, as it was said, some useful idiots.
They got their little operatives.
We wouldn't have never had to file. We wouldn't have never had to even go there.
Well, they're trying to say, well, everybody wanted to put the election back to November. But they were the ones that were saying that they want to keep the integrity of the election
in March.
You know,
right on our podcast.
Focus on the issues and this and that. Well, when they saw an opportunity for them to secure their police department and to give themselves an additional 20 months
to do it, to put everything in place,
which they weren't elected for 20 months, 4 years and 5 years and 6 months, or whatever it is that they weren't elected for that. They were elected for 4 years. But if it passes, then they get them a nice little increase on their pensions when they get paid, when it's paid out on the taxpayers' back and on the taxpayers' dime.
I'm surprised they'll turn their back on people that had them on their podcast like us and stuck up for them. Over the last probably 5 years, people told us all the time they're not no good. And we defended those people right on here because we stayed right in the middle.
We took a lot of heat by bringing the mayor.
And which I didn't care who didn't
here,
like that.
And
either.
we didn't care. We said, wait, look, we talk to everybody. We know
Yeah,
we don't
and
have
still
an issue
will.
with the mayor Todd Drosky. We still don't. We disagree with him, Commissioner Plow, and who that? Because we disagree with you. We're bad people. Come on, guys.
To question my integrity.
Come on, guys.
My integrity is as better as anybody up there on that commission right now.
I like to see them in public. I would look them right in the face. You have a problem with us? You know how we keep it a buck. We keep it 100 here. We don't shy away from anybody.
To question my integrity, Mike Hudak.
And every time
I thought you were better than that.
They will bring something up. They will say, well, no, don't jump to conclusions. It's not what you think and this and that. And then 6 weeks later, 8 weeks later, it is exactly what the people in the audience and the taxpayers were thinking, you know?
We're saying. Yep. I defended those people from so much. I defended Todd Drosky. I defended each and every one of them up there. Tom Plott. I said, give them a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm not still, and I'm not attacking them now. I'm just saying they just don't know how much I defended them. And then the things that I'm hearing from behind the scenes that's being said now because of a damn police department.
You can have the Deerfield Beach.
Y'all can have that damn police department.
That's what they want.
In the end, is the city gonna be together?
We will remember.
Because I said all the time, if you did bring the police department, I'll work with whatever I have here. Go back and listen.
Trust me, they watch the podcast.
Go back and listen.
They all watch.
I have said on here, I have said, if the ship sailed out, if the police department, I'll work with whatever I have to. But they'll burn the whole damn house down. They'll do a scorched earth policy just to put their police department and then try to demonize to the local media, who seems to be their friend. They're not being objective. They're questioning the attorneys over how we got here. How did we get here? You didn't want to change the election. Tom Plott, Todd Drosky. We never really spoke to Mike Hudak because he was always seemed so distant. Commissioner Preston said he wanted to keep it in March. Commissioner Chinesky said it too. And we understood. I understood, like I always said, both sides. Everybody, I understood they wanted more. They wanted more people to come out and be able to vote. I understood. But why did you have to try to pull this underhanded, dirty trick when I'm running now?
Well,
I'm running in 2027, and now you try to pull this dirty trick when you were given other options. And then the news media, the local news media, the Sun Sentinel and the Pelican questioning. They're not even talking about why. They're focusing on some damn attorneys. We don't have good media anymore here. We have trash media here. That's why we're here. That is one of the main purposes we feel to do what we do right now. Because we have trash media here now. They're running around questioning about some attorneys who were hired. Go talk to the commissioners and ask them why all of a sudden now did they try to move the election? Why now? Why not 2 years from now?
Well, they're saying, oh, that's what everybody asked for now.
Yeah.
When we put it on now they don't want it.
Oh yeah, everybody knew what.
Yeah,
everybody.
Well, your chess move is why we didn't. Okay, all those years we were asking for it. Why didn't you do it then? Hudak has been up there for 8 years, almost 8 years. Drosky has been up there 10 years. All of them has been there with the exception of Plot. Why didn't you do it all those years back there?
All of a sudden, the 2027 election, you want to change it now.
But and
then you want to try to make me look like the bad guy. Like I gonna
their fear
close it up with the sheriff or something.
Yeah, their fear is you now, and since Dan Hers came out and said that he's running, wait a minute. We got to do everything we can do to keep Wayne Adams, Dan Hers, and we know Daniel Shinesky is which way he leans, so we can't have them get in here. They'll reverse everything that we're gonna do. That is exactly how they are thinking. They could get up there and say, "Oh no, we didn't think that."
Yes, you did.
That's a bunch of BS.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Stop it. Okay?
Yes, you did.
Stop it. That is
exactly how those Deerfield politicians got with each other somewhere behind the scenes and probably broke sunshine laws and all. Somewhere had they little intermediaries talking behind the scenes, but that's what they did, and they can deny it all they want.
Yeah, but they're not going to say that because this is
call me whatever. Call me that angry black man. I can give less than a damn what you call me at this point.
Well, they showed you how.
No, they showed me just how they feel, that's how their thought process is. That's what they showed me.
And like I said, I the last time I saw the Mayor Drosky, he was like, "Yeah, well, I'm ready to come back on your podcast." And I sent him a text 2 months ago, invited him back on, and it has gone unanswered to this day. Not one word. Crickets.
Yeah, that tells you a lot right there.
But when it was election time, was here last year in March, you send them a text message, they call you right back, just like that. So once they get their vote, your vote. It's like they give you their backsides to kiss, and that's what the people are feeling and thinking right now, But guess what?
Well, everything will be okay.
We still have to go to the polls and vote in November, and if it doesn't pass in November, they'll be leaving office.
No, what they'll do, they'll go to their next phase. Believe me, they got a plan in place still. Whatever they're trying to do, they're gonna just rush everything through now, like they've been doing. That's what they're gonna continue to do, rush everything down. And anyone that comes up there and question it is bitter or whatever name they're gonna angry or whatever.
And what was the other thing that
fear mongering and
hypocritical?
Well, that was Gloria Battle.
Hypocrites.
She came up there and called people hypocrites because, talking about she wanted to change the election or whatever. She said, calling people hypocrites, but you haven't heard her. She never said anything about the method of how all of this came about. And I just want her to think when she was running, if this had been pulled on her, how she would have ran over here to the black community and tried to galvanize them up, talking about racism and everything. But you haven't heard her say a damn thing about what they're doing to me and whoever else gonna run in this district. You haven't heard her say. She comes up there to the mic to call someone a hypocrite. Well, like I told her, I'm not one of those hypocrites, because anyone that came on our podcast, we asked them that question here. How would you feel about the elections? Daryl, that was always one of Daryl's main questions about moving the election. Daryl always asked that question, and he had no ill intent. He was just asking the question like everyone else was asking.
That was questions. A lot of people send us emails all the time. They inbox us, they see us out in public. Well, when you have the mayor on, or you have Commissioner this and that on there, ask them, what do they think about moving the election to November?
Yeah.
So we ask the questions that the public and the people, we the people, want questions and answers to. So all of a sudden, the other brothers, they wanted to, okay, well, we speak for a lot of people through the emails. We could put comments out here that you all can't even see them. We read them here. They're on our screen.
Oh, they go back and read
But
them.
that's why we've been putting the comments up there. Okay, so you all can see them.
They go back and read them.
And these are people that's here live on our podcast.
Now all of a sudden they so invested in moving the election. And back to Gloria Battle, she was sitting talking about the election, and you haven't heard her say not one word about the movement. She came up there and called everyone hypocrites. You wanted the election moved to November. Now you got it. Not this way, Gloria Battle. And you know better than that as being a black woman to say something like that. When a black man and me being disenfranchised over in your district, if that would have been years ago, you would have been over here screaming racism like the top of your voice like you were 10 years ago. And then all of a sudden you got up there with the good old boys up there in City Hall, and what you did, you cozied up under them and got rid of the rattlers. That's what you did.
You know what?
And go back and tell her what I said. Okay.
Well, they'll be watching later.
Go back and tell her.
They don't watch
because that's what she did. She got up under the good old boys up there and cozied up and got rid of the pack of rattlers.
You know what? After today, we ain't gonna talk about this no more. So from here on out, we're gonna let you all guess. We're gonna keep you guessing. Because they like, we just let them go live. They're gonna sit on there and tell you everything, this and that. Well, you think we tell you everything?
Don't tell them nothing.
You think we don't. What we share with the public on here is not even a fraction of what we know or what we want to do. You have to move in silence. So all of this right here, after today, enjoy this little pop-up podcast, because we're not going to give you nothing else after this here.
No, we just wanted to squeeze that out right there.
The way they went silent on us, we'll go silent on them.
But they didn't go silent. They got their attack dogs coming, calling people useful idiots and
who said that?
I don't even entertain. Like I said, like I told that person, I'm a grandfather now. I don't all that name calling. I take that to anyone. Anyone up there. I don't indulge in that. And when I get on that commission, I would not entertain that name calling.
I think I probably know who called.
And it doesn't matter. I mean, they got their people pushing their agenda too.
Is a useful idiot.
They got their people pushing their agenda.
Whoever you are. I don't know exactly who you are, but whoever you are, you're a useful idiot.
They got people pushing their agenda. They got the newspapers around here. The newspapers questioning the candidate. And a soon-to-be candidate, they're questioning their integrity when you're not questioning the people up there on the dais and why and how they got to this. You all hate Greg Toney so much that you're willing to burn the whole house down, and the people on this podcast that had you on, that supported you in the past, you're willing to burn it all down.
That's fine.
You're willing to do a scorched earth policy.
That's fine. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. They can have that police department. I have nothing against the Deerfield
Fire
police department. Just make sure you hire some people when it's all these murders and everything. We don't want no cold cases going on around here like our sister that went unsolved because they didn't have the manpower, and everybody was crying to go to the Broward County Sheriff's Office because
we went for a reason.
Okay.
And then the mayor got a personality conflict with the sheriff, and they go back and forth, and it's blame in both places there. Because I'm fair. I'm fair.
Well,
I told him it was yes. It was, and then he got Tom Plott to get behind him, and Tom Plott wouldn't even go speak to the sheriff down there, and it just became a big personality conflict. Which, as you look back at, all this was planned all the time. From 2021, this was all planned. It was one plot. And I told Commissioner Preston that a long time ago. He didn't want to believe me. I told him what they were trying to do. I told him. And look where we are now.
Wow.
I told him what they were trying to do. I told him. He know exactly what I told him in 2021. I said, this is the first step towards the Deerfield Beach Police Department. I told him back then. Here we are now.
They're gonna get the police department. They could.
And you know what? And let me say this. The same one sitting up there questioning my integrity always have asked me, why don't you run? Even Mike Hudak told me that one time. Whenever he was so distant, but he even asked me that one time. The mayor, Todd Drosky, Tom Plott, all of them have asked me.
Well, they know you're not a bad
So now
person.
you want no, and I didn't say Plott. If they did, they doing it behind the scenes. Let me say, Tom Plott and Mayor Drosky, I haven't heard them question my integrity publicly. But Mike Hudak, I won't forget.
He put something out in the Sun Sentinel, didn't he?
The crazy part is, he commented talking about, do we really care about the residents? And they gonna put $8 million and all of that. And then the city spokesperson, the new city spokesperson said, we don't comment. How you don't comment? And the commissioner just made a statement. And you said the city don't comment about legal issues or whatever. I mean, come on. But Hudak jumps out there and makes a comment. And I have never said nothing no more than how he acted when I saw him.
No, they don't like when you call them out. People don't like when you call them out. You know, they don't. But when you're in public office, you have to have broad shoulders. People are going to say all kinds of things about you.
And
if you can't take it, you shouldn't be in public.
And haven't I said that on here plenty of
times?
Okay. Haven't I said that when what his name called out, the city officials called them corrupt or whatever. And I said, you got to have broad shoulders. That's why I'm running. I have broad shoulders. Daryl, you know that it don't bother me what they're saying. It's just to go by and Mike Hudak. And you notice I'm focusing on him because I know I always told y'all I didn't feel the energy with him. He always tried to avoid me. Like he had some preconceived notion about me.
Patricia Arnold said, Wayne, you did your part. Some people have to learn the hard way on their own.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
And on election, when the election comes, the people over here gonna get behind me. So y'all can do your little sneak attacks up there from City Hall like you're gonna try to do. You never been to jail. Never been in any trouble. Never had a traffic ticket.
Well, when you do a public records request through the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, I told you, and to see who requested your records, and it'll show you. It's public record. It'll show who put in a request for your records. They think people don't know these things,
But for Mike Hudak, I'm a man. I'm a real man. I'm proud of myself as a black man, Mike Hudak.
Just wrap that up so we can move on.
I just wanted to say I'm proud, and I'm proud of my city, and I love my city. So to question about me and the city that I've been here, Mike Hudak, I've been here longer than you. My family has been here longer than probably anybody family sitting up there on that commission right now. My family's been here since 1913. I've been here 59 years of my life.
Soon to be 60.
Soon to be 60 here. And God let me see 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, I don't like what Mike Hudak said. To question my love here for my city and the residents here. No, I didn't appreciate that, not one bit. And I won't forget that he said that.
Well, let him know when you see him in public.
No, I'm not. I don't have nothing to say to him. No more than speak and keep going. That's one thing about me. I always told you, Daryl. One thing about me, we were raised better. I see any of them, I'm gonna speak to them. I'll shake their hand.
But I'm just saying, not in an angry way or nothing. When you
I don't have nothing angry. I'm not even angry.
And I'll shake your hand.
I don't like what he said to the newspaper. Okay, that's what I'm saying right now.
Tell him to his face. That's what I'm saying.
I don't have to tell him. He know what he said.
Okay. Well,
If it's anything, he owe me an apology.
and you'll never get
Okay.
that. So.
And I don't care. He didn't even give Dan Hurst an apology. So I don't expect him to apologize to me. It is what it is.
But Mr. Peanut Man, a peanut head comment that he made up there. Okay. Well, all right.
I'm done with that.
We're gonna move on. This is you all enjoy this because after this evening, you won't get anything else about that there. We're gonna exercise our Fifth Amendment, invoke our Fifth Amendment to remain silent about. You all go ahead and do what you all gonna do.
Yeah, y'all play your chess behind the scenes, what you're doing right now.
Keep it up, and before you know it, it'll be election time again. And the people, and we're not talking about the Adams brothers, the people, we the people here in Deerfield Beach, they're not going to forget that they weren't listened to by the people that they put in office. They're supposed to represent their constituents. When we go to the polls, everything that's being done now, people aren't going to forget. I promise you.
Not at all.
I promise you that.
Not at all.
So let's move on. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. I'm not saying nothing else about it after tonight.
I'm done. I said my piece, what I needed.
I sent the
to
articles
say.
and everything.
I said my piece, what I needed to say.
I was out of town, so when I came back, I was like, I'm reading stuff from wherever I was, I'm like, but like I said, it's done. Everything is done. They did what they had to do. We're going to keep on doing what we're doing here. We ain't worrying about who don't call us back and who don't want to come on here. We don't worry about that. We just keep right on rolling and getting this and that. We got politicians all over this country
calling us, want to come on
this podcast all over this country. You think we worrying about this little city here? Nah.
And we always said that
we love our city, but we're not gonna sit here and pout about who don't want to talk to us.
And I'm gonna just tell you the truth. As a candidate who's running, I didn't appreciate what was said, and that was it. I don't appreciate what you did, how you did this. How you tried to move the election. That's all I'm saying. I don't appreciate that. I just wish someone would have did that to you, to all of you when you were running. I could see right now, they would be raising holy hell right now. I really could.
Okay, the August 18, 26 primary election was held last night. The official election results. We're going to start from the top all the way down to the bottom. The United States Senator Ashley Moody got 75.34% percent of the vote. And she is going to go on to face the Democratic winner for state senator, which is Angie Nixon, I believe. Let me get to Angie Nixon. Angie Nixon got 57.35% of the vote. So Moody and Nixon will be on the November 3rd. Was it 3rd? November 3rd?
Yes, November 3rd election.
The ballot on November the 3rd.
Election.
Representative for Congress, Brent Anderson. I believe he is from Pompano. He won the Republican primary, 53.75% of the vote. A representative for Congress in District 22. Let's see who won that. Michael Carbonara. He got 27.81% of the vote. Representative in Congress, District 25. George R. Moratis. He got 37.55% of the vote. Governor and Lieutenant Governor Byron Donalds, as expected, he won the. He was endorsed by President Trump. So,
interestingly, he wasn't by Ron DeSantis. That surprised a lot of people. But they was also speculating that DeSantis' wife Casey would probably run too. So we just have to still sit back and watch. Don't be surprised if Casey be a write-in.
Chief Financial Officer Blaise Ngolia.
Yeah, remember he was the one over the Doge.
Oh yeah.
Remember Blaise was over the Doge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got 58.20% of the vote. Commissioner of Agriculture Wilton Simpson, he got 71.41. State Senator District 30 Hector Rivera got 63.62. State Representative District 100 looks like Yoni Anajar, 37.62. She's gonna go on to face the Democratic winner. State Representative District 102 Mary Lopez Palmer got 58.07. And for United States Senator, for the Democratic side, Angie Nixon, like I said, she beat out her opponent 50%, and she got 57.35% of the vote.
And he raised more money than her. He raised, like, from what I saw, he raised about what, maybe 14-15 million dollars. And I don't even think, what did she even raise $1 million? So that tells you, that shows you right there. And
People are screaming for change. They're not being listened to. That's why by these current politicians in office, and they're showing you who they are right now. Oh, it was supposed to be a nonpartisan race and this and that, but we know what party they're with. They're either blue or red. You know.
But what I'm saying is that raising money is good. Putting out a lot of signs are good. Signs and money, I know something they tied a lot to a lot of election. People vote. If the people get out and vote, what I'm saying, change can always come. I don't care what party you're in. Change can happen. But you got to get out and vote. You can't expect change within your community, the local, federal, state level, if you don't get out and vote. You got to stay organized year round. You got to.
Okay, let's keep moving on. Representative for Congress, District 20. This was the most hottest race here around the country. Uncle Luke Campbell was a candidate. Sheila Shurfless, McCormick, the incumbent, Dale V.C. Holness, Elijah Manley, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who crossed over from, she was redistricted out of her old district. They redrew the district maps.
She still could have ran in her district.
She still could have ran over there.
Yes.
But she didn't, and I believe Casey Early. Was that Casey Early? Yeah, I believe Casey Early ran in that district. But we're gonna get to that. But it was a crowded field, and if it weren't so crowded, I think Dale V.C. Holdness came in second place. He got 15,547 votes, or 23.11%.
Yep.
But Wasserman Schultz came over and she had all the money behind her. She got 45.32% of the vote.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll go on to face the Republican primary winner,
which is Brent Anderson.
Brent Anderson,
yes.
Representative for Congress, District 22. Pia Dandia, she got 69.88% of the vote, and Casey Early got 30.12% of the vote. So looks like Pia won by a landslide, and this is a new district that was redrawn by the governor, Ron DeSantis, and his staff up there, and his I almost said something. So, Representative for Congress, District 24, Oliver Gilbert. He narrowly beat out incumbent Sherv Jones. He beat out. This didn't update, but Oliver Gilbert did win. It didn't. It's not showing. I'm thinking this updated, but it didn't. I know Oliver Gilbert did win that race. It didn't refresh, so I know he did win.
Oliver Gilbert, yes, he won.
Yes, he won. But it's showing that Shervin is ahead on my. Maybe it didn't update.
Oliver Gilbert won by 34%.
Representative for Congress looks like Garrett Mosowich. He won 59. According to mine, he won. I'm not gonna read the percentages because they're not accurate, right now. Governor and lieutenant governor. You had David Jolly and Gwen Graham. Gwen Graham is the daughter of former governor of Florida, Bob Graham, who passed away a few years ago. And I think Bob Graham was the last Democratic governor we had here in Florida. That was like 27, 28 years ago.
Well, we had Lawton Childs, didn't we?
Lawton Childs was a Republican.
No, he was a Democrat.
Oh, was he?
Walking Lawton Childs. I think Lawton Childs passed in around 1997, 98, somewhere. And then the other governor, it was a Democrat governor, he took over, but I think he ended up losing. But yeah, Lawton Childs, if I remember right. And then there was another guy that succeeded him, the lieutenant governor, that took over. But he was defeated by, I believe, Jeb Bush after that. But yeah, Jared Moskowitz got 63% of the vote.
Okay.
And that was 100% precincts reporting.
Yeah. Chief Financial Officer, it looks like Annette Taddeo. She won. Commissioner of Agriculture, looks like Don Pritchard. Well, he was winning according to mine. I don't know if he won because, like I said, and I know that Mitch Rosenwald,
that's what I'm looking at now.
What was the percentage?
Mitch Rosenwald won 57% of the vote to Keith Abel 43%.
Keith Abel ran a good race.
He did. Votes, he got 10.1. Mitch Rosenwald got 10.1 votes. And
10,000.
10,000, yeah.
102.
Hey, yeah, 10,000. And Keith Abel got 7,761 votes.
State Representative District 20, what does your computer show? Michael Friend?
You say 20?
102. State Representative District 102.
I would have to get to them.
Well, it shows that Mike Friend, he won. County Commissioner District 6, looks like Cheryl Schumann won.
Yeah.
And Circuit Judge, 17th Judicial Circuit Court, Group 52, Tamar Hamilton came out on top.
Mm-hmm.
She
beat David Fry and Kathleen
O'Brien Hinkle.
Yes.
And County Court Judge Group 11, our girl Veronica N. Walker, Nicole Walker.
70% of the vote.
She beat her opponent real bad.
141,000 votes, Miss Veronica Walker.
She was on our podcast, and I tell you, she was sharp.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, I really liked her. I had never met her, until I met some of these people on here, and man, it really opened my eyes, and I'm happy we had a chance to interview these people because it just, I voted for her, and I'm not ashamed to
And
tell
David
anybody.
Fry ran a good race. He was a very good candidate. Tamar Hamilton.
Yeah.
Both of them would have been definitely made good judges. Didn't get a chance to speak to Miss Hinkle, but we spoke to David Fry. He was a very good candidate, and Miss Hamilton, congratulations to Tamar.
Yeah.
She was on our podcast. David Fry, thank you.
She invited me to come over to the poll to meet her yesterday, but she had already left when I got there. I was going to go and wish her luck. She didn't need it, but congratulations to Tamar Hamilton and School Board District 1. Looks like Maura McCarthy Bowman. She
72% of the vote.
72% of the vote. School Board District
17,400 votes.
Looks like Nicole Morse
17,000
came out on top. School Board District 6 looks like Adam Cervera. He came out on top. I'm not gonna read the percentages because the mine aren't right. School Board District 7, Cynthia Dominique beat out Deerfield Beach High School teacher Rochelle Shelley Sofa. She ran
yes, we had both on our podcast.
Both on our podcast,
Excellent candidates. I love both of them. I
really
love Cynthia
both.
Dominique and Shelley Sofa.
Shelley was so
I love Shelley and Cynthia.
authentic and original.
Yep.
And Cynthia Dominique, they both were outstanding candidates, and Cynthia Dominique came out on top. School Board at Large, seat 8, Alan Zeman. came out on top.
I was hoping for Azim, Sonia Azim. I don't know about Alan Zerman. I don't know about him. I just never had a good feeling about him. I know he was pushed heavily in this community in the past, but I haven't heard good things about him.
And before we get off of this, we reached out to Angie Nixon. She was all over the place, and we had Casey earlier. Casey said she had ran into her out on a campaign trail, but we reached out to her, and I don't know. Somehow we weren't able to connect. I'm not saying that her campaign manager didn't try. Maybe we kept missing each other, but we would like to get Angie Nixon on here. And Byron Donalds, we're going to reach out to, Byron Donalds and Ashley Moody. We want all of them on here, but if you don't, when we reach out to you all and you're playing, text tag and you don't, we got a lot of people that calls us and want to come on our podcast, and I think the thing that Val Demings, one of the reasons that she didn't win, because you would be amazed how many people in South Florida didn't know who Val Demings was. And you would be amazed how many people that called us yesterday and asked, who is Angie Nixon? Because they didn't do their homework.
Yeah, they sure did.
So Angie Nixon, if you're out there watching, we know everybody all around this state watches in this country for a lot of. They watch our podcast. It's on viral Facebook Reels and YouTube. They watch our. If you want a little bit of advice, if you're trying to become the next United States Senator of Florida, U.S. Senator from Florida, you got to come to South Florida.
Yeah, people got to know you.
People have to know who you are. People don't live in Jacksonville. Everybody from up Jacksonville and Tallahassee may know you, but down here, down south, it's a whole different thing. So when your campaign managers reach out, have them reach out to Byron Donalds. I'm talking to you too. Your Ashley Moody.
I saw him.
All of you. Yeah, we all reached out to all of them. They only have Democrats on there.
No.
Well, the Democrats are the ones that's getting back to us. We everybody knows us. We talk to everybody, Democrats, Republicans. I want to see what what their thinking is. What are you going to do, for this, and what are you going to do for that? I like to hear what they got.
Me
like
too.
To talk to everybody.
Me too. I have no problem.
I'm a registered Democrat, but guess what? I am more of an independent voter. I'm right there in the middle on a lot of issues. I vote Republican and I vote Democrat. Okay, I'm right there in the middle, and I know there's some things that the independents can't vote on. Some elections they can't vote on. I'm not sure which one it is, so I'm not changing my party.
I don't think with our election they could have voted yesterday. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think no one was on there that wasn't independent, so they couldn't have voted.
So that's what I'm saying. There's certain things that they don't vote, and I'm not changing my.
Party affiliation.
I'm not going to switch to Republican and then come back to Democrat and
or independent.
I'm going to stay right where I am. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Democrat.
I think a lot of the things the Democrats vote for is crazy and stupid, and I think a lot of the issues the legislation that the Republicans, I think they're crazy as hell too. Yeah, that's what I think.
Because we agree with the Republicans on a lot of things. Like guns control.
Second Amendment. I'm a big Second Amendment, and I told the Democrats, you all need to leave that crap alone. Leave that Second Amendment crap alone. Okay.
A lot of things we can find common ground.
We're gonna, we've been hearing that a lot around the country. Okay, if you hear it, then leave it alone. Okay. Let the people have their guns, and you're never gonna take guns away from people here in America. Okay, that's just what it is. Okay. Stop trying to fight it. Okay. Yeah, we don't want people to go shoot up schools and do all this crazy stuff. We're not for that. But Second Amendment, 120%, I'm a Second Amendment.
Me too.
I'm for it.
100%.
You can have as many guns as you want. If you got the money, go buy. Okay? I don't care.
Just be responsible.
Just be responsible.
And just
take
know
a
the
course.
consequences of your actions when you do.
Yeah. Shoot a bullet, you can't take it back. Okay? You better educate yourself, go take classes, watch videos, get constant training, update yourself on the laws, what you can do and what you can't do, where you can take your firearm, where you can't take it.
Yeah.
Where you can put it, even if you have a concealed weapons permit, you can't have it just sitting here, on the dashboard or whatever. You can't. There's certain things you can and can't do. All right, just so leave that stuff alone. Yeah. So we're not gonna be on here that much longer. I wanted to get Tamar Hamilton wanted to call in right quick. You know what? Let's see if I can raise Tamar. She wanted to come on and thank. She wanted to come on and thank the.
You had someone.
Huh? Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah. So who we go? Okay, well, let's call the person who we were just talking about here. Had to turn down that
Hello, Dan Hirsch here.
Well, hello, Mr. Hirsch.
How you doing, Mr.
there?
Hirsch?
We were just talking about you a little while ago, and we decided to give you a call here and put you on there. You're live on the air, by the way.
Yes.
So
we know.
No problem. I always like you telling me that in advance.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
well,
we're live.
You're live on the air right now. So, Mr. Hirsch, good afternoon, good evening to you and your family. And what would you like to talk about? We're going to give you about 10 minutes. Because I got off late last night.
Sure.
And
today you got off. You just got off about.
I just got off about an hour ago, and I was out there in the heat and the hot sun, and it was a heat advisory today, and I was out there I'm probably two-tone right now. Look at this here. Look at this here. I'm two-tone here. So go ahead, Mr. Hirsch. What would you like to talk about, sir?
Well, I just would. Number one, if you haven't spoken about yet the citywide town hall meeting that is taking place this coming Monday night, it's the 24th of August at 7 p.m. and it's at a restaurant, bar and grill called Dr. Philgood, and that's spelled PHILGOODS. So Dr. Philgood's Bar and Grill, and the address, it's on Dixie Highway, right on the border between District 1 and 2. And I believe the exact address is 4251 South Dixie Highway.
North Dixie Highway, 4251 North Dixie Highway.
Dixie.
Yes.
Thanks for correcting me. So at this event, this is an informational event to try to educate everyone on. There's going to be 9 charter ballot questions on the November 3rd ballot. And this will be at the end of the ballot after you voted for governor and senator and congressman and school board and judges. And at the very, very end, there'll be 9 questions that the city of Deerfield Beach is putting on there. And there'll just be a yes or a no answer. And we wanted to educate everyone about these. Not all of the questions are of great significance. Some of them are more just house cleaning items to clean up some old language in our charter. Our charter is like our Constitution. Think of it just like the U.S. has a Constitution. Deerfield Beach has their own Constitution, and the city wants to change some of the items in our charter. And these questions, some of them are extremely important and will definitely affect the future of the city for many, many years to come. And it's a matter of getting people educated on this. And the other issue, which is so interesting, is that the city has not had an election in November in well over 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so in March, we're accustomed, unfortunately, to have a 10 to 12% citywide turnout in those March municipal elections. And all of a sudden here on November 3rd, you're going to have a huge turnout because people are either excited about voting for governor or senator, or even the statewide Amendment 3 about our homestead, raising the homestead exemptions. So instead of having that 10 to 12% turnout, I think you'll be looking at somewhere in the area of 65 to 70% turnout. And quite frankly, a lot of the people voting don't pay attention to what goes on in the city of Deerfield Beach. So we have a huge job to educate everyone that we possibly can. And we only have till November 3rd is about 75 days, but it's much less than that. About 40 days before the first batch of mail-in ballots are mailed out by the Supervisor of Elections office. And so we have such a short time to educate so many people on things that are just so significant to the future of the city of Deerfield Beach. And that's why this is a daunting task, but the city didn't give us a lot of time. You could say that's on purpose, but it's our job as citizens to get the word out. And this is the first of many town halls that will be held. This one is citywide. Very likely we're going to have additional ones that'll just be district by district, so that some of the individual concerns of each district, the citizens can be addressed and answered. And I should point out that this is all done by the citizens. There will be no city officials giving any part of the presentation this coming Monday night.
Who will be your guest speakers?
We have an expert. Pretty much we're trying to find each of there's about 5 significant charter review questions. So we're having some what we call experts on that. A couple of them I can reveal right now. Attorney Tom Connick, who actually wrote the 3 charter amendments that had to do with development on the barrier island, and also regarding the beach parking lot. And he also wrote the charter amendment about how any properties, with any city-owned properties with a value of $750,000 or higher, right now require a full city vote on whether those properties can be sold or leased, under a long-term lease. And one of the questions is the city wants to get rid of that restriction so that they don't have to, they can sell city land with just a vote, an ordinance vote by the commissioners instead of a citywide vote by the citizens. So he's going to be tackling that. Yours truly is going to be addressing the cancellation, the proposed cancellation of our next 2 March elections in 2027 and 2029, and the subsequent add-on where each of the 5 commissioners is looking to get an additional 20 months in office. So I will explain myself the background of how that came to pass and all of the ramifications of that, which are tremendous ramifications on that. And Wayne, that directly affects your ability to run in March of 27.
Yes, it does.
So that question is, I'm sure, without even asking you, is the most important question to you of the 9 that'll be on the ballot.
Mhm.
So I'm handling that. And we're going to have somebody else that's going to talk about the effects of overdevelopment on the barrier island in terms of hurricane evacuation, all the things, the traffic congestion, even the effect on sea turtles. So that'll be another one of the speakers. And then we'll also make sure to tell people how they can get involved, more involved themselves. And we're going to take every single question that comes up, no matter how late we need to stay there. But we're going to have everybody who shows up and has a question, we're going to answer, because this is just, there's so many things to learn in such a short period of time. And I know there's going to be some confusion. So the more that we can educate and answer people's questions, the better, without, quite bluntly, without the city spin on things. I think that will be very educational for the residents. And this is really what we're trying to do. It is just educate the people in a very short period of time to things that they're going to see at the end of that ballot. And we want them to make sure they understand the ramifications of, especially about 5 out of the 9 questions are very, very important in terms of what direction the city takes going forward.
Okay.
So that was my main thing. I really wanted to give some details on that. And there are, you'll see information on this on many of the popular Facebook pages in Deerfield Beach. And we're also going to do a little bit, some of the businesses are going to allow us to put an ad in their windows right away. Obviously it's only 5 days away, but the more we can publicize it, the better. And I know you'll do your part on your page to get the word out.
We have it up now. Actually,
we have it up on our right now.
Great.
When you're speaking, we have it up on our screen.
On our screen right now. So if anyone that's watching, and go back and look, they'll see all the information. And we enlarged it, so everything is showing very clear on there with the colors. Whoever put the colors on there, there was very good colors to put up on the screen. They show everything.
Yeah, so that's important. And then if I have a minute or two left, I didn't get a chance like you did to thank the residents that came down to the Broward County Courthouse Monday morning in support of Wayne's and my effort to block that one question from appearing on the ballot, the one regarding the cancellation of the next 2 March elections and the giving of an additional 20 months to all 5 elected officials that nobody voted for and didn't even know about until about less than 60 days ago. And we were really, Wayne, and I don't know if you had said this yet, but I think it should be said that really, while Wayne and I were the named plaintiffs, we really were doing this for all the residents of Deerfield Beach. And it just, somebody had to be the plaintiffs. And we feel that, while it looks like we're not going to be successful, but we had to try everything possible to eliminate that question, or at the very least have it explained explicitly that the term limits that Commissioners Hudak and Preston were under, they should both would have finished their 8 years in March of 27, but that this vote extends and eliminates those term limits and doesn't count towards their 8 years in office, and essentially gives them 9 years and 8 months in office. And that really was not clearly explained in that question. And that was one of the main reasons for the lawsuit.
Right.
So I do want to thank all because we had 17 people who came down to support us, and we're very grateful to them.
Okay.
I wrote it on my campaign page the other day. I know I am very grateful for everyone that came out, and we put up a good fight. And hey, this is what democracy is about. I mean, whoever got mad about what we did, this is democracy at work. I mean, so I just couldn't understand what Mike Hudak was just so upset about. I mean, this is democracy. And he always talks about that, him serving this country, and he was the main one that lashed out in the was it the Sun Sentinel or the Pelican article? He lashed out, and I that just kind of disturbed me, but just how he questioned my character, our character and integrity. For one, I didn't understand that, but like Daryl said earlier, we're gonna move on past that. We just got to do the work of the people. We got to inform the people come this November, and I definitely think I know town halls are needed here in District 2, because I still have people calling me, asking me what's going on, and everyone is totally against the 20 months staying in there. And a lot of people, I mean, are very about the development on the beach. They're very concerned about that. That kind of shocked me, but a lot of people told me in District 2 they don't want to see Deerfield Beach look like other cities. So
Pompano and
I was shocked to hear. So is people concerned about the beach too?
They want that tax base.
Yeah, they're concerned, but I just think we just have to get out and educate.
The tax base. Yeah, I do want to talk for a second about that, because that's one of the arguments that the city always brings up. We've got to increase our tax base. Mm-hmm. And the developers can't develop on the island. I just want to give you one example to counteract that. Many of you are familiar with a restaurant called Bob's Pizza, Amonte's, right on the S curve.
Yes.
And they for years and years were on the south side of the A1A S curve. Mm-hmm. And they decided building came available on the north side of the S curve, and they spent, and again, this is in the public record, so I'm not talking out of turn, between the price they paid and the improvements, they spent $5 million on that restaurant. With
a lot of money.
Yeah. So if you have somebody who's been in business for 40 plus years and they have enough faith in Deerfield Beach and with the existing development, codes and restrictions, and they were willing to build and spend that kind of money, then why aren't some of the other building owners sprucing up their buildings? And I'll answer my own question, because why aren't they doing anything? They're waiting to see the outcome of this November 3rd charter questions, because if the density restrictions are removed, and that's one of the questions, mm-hmm. then all of a sudden their properties become so much more valuable without them doing anything, not even a paint job of their mm-hmm. properties. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of the real reason why the S curve looks in the shape it's in, and the city is blaming the charter restrictions when that is disingenuous. Okay. So I wanted to point that out, because that's something you keep hearing from the city all the time.
All right. Yes. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to wrap it up, and then at 8 o'clock, we're going to get off of here. So anything else you want to say, Mr. Hurst? Because I am tired.
Yeah, no, I understand. And just one last point, because it really bothered me regarding, there's rules in place that govern campaigning mm-hmm. on city property. And I brought this up last night, but I think it's worth repeating, where mm-hmm. During that back to school event, a certain person a female who was running for the congressional district 20 seat, was allowed to campaign on city property for about 45 minutes, which included her handing out paraphernalia for her campaign. And this is strictly forbidden. And our city manager knew that she was doing this and let her get away with it until another citizen got one of her handouts and personally delivered it to the city manager and said, "Hey, I thought this kind of activity is not allowed on city-owned property." And then the city manager feigned like this was the first time that this had been brought to his attention and he was going to do something about it right away. So I asked publicly last night for the city attorney to go over the rules and regulations regarding campaigning on city property, because for our November 3rd, this is going to come into play. And of course, if we're successful in having a March election, they'll also come into play there too. And I felt that everybody should be playing under the same set of rules and not favoritism for one favored candidate versus a different set of rules for the candidates that the city may not like as much.
And let me ask you something, Mr. Hertz.
Yes.
Like how they had, I believe they had early voting at the Hillsborough Technology Center, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, how is it? I mean, you can come over there at that time, and I heard someone say they were pulling up signs over there doing early voting. I don't know how true that is, but I heard they were pulling up signs. How can they do that during an election time? The code enforcement, I heard, was pulling signs up from over there.
Yeah, I didn't hear the specifics on that. I did go over there a few times myself to visit my friend Sandra Jackson. But at least when I was there, I didn't witness any of that. And they did have you saw, because you could vote, that was a voting place for anybody in Broward County.
Right.
You saw like 100 signs for every candidate, no matter what small office, up through the governor. But they had it marked off where you could not put your signs anywhere within 150 feet of the entrance to the technology center.
The law, yeah.
And I did see, for the most part, I didn't see anybody violating that, but I don't want to talk about whether they did pull signs because I'm just not personally aware.
Me either, and that's why I just heard. I just thought you were aware. I did hear that. I don't know how true it is, and that's why it was alleged. I just say it was alleged that code enforcement was taking up signs. But I'm like you. I think it needs to be some clarification on that, as far as with the city, as far as everything, as far as with doing, as far as the upcoming election. Yes.
All right, we've been talking to Mr. Dan Hertz. He called in to update us.
We called him.
We called him. Don't forget about the Deerfield Beach Voter Town Hall, Monday, August the 24th at 7 p.m. at Dr. Feelgood's Bar and Grill, 4251 North Dixie Highway in Deerfield Beach, and you can park at the and enter at the rear of the building. So put that on your calendar, tickle your phone to
Monday, August 24th.
Remind you that morning, so you will won't forget that afternoon.
Doors open at 6:30 p.m.
Yes, and do they serve
6:30 and light refreshments and soft drinks are on us. But if you and there'll also be a cash bar available for Daryl, because I know how he likes to have a glass of wine in the evening.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you got my text that I sent you, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
what I was talking about. That's something else too. We'll talk more about that though.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hertz. We
enough.
appreciate you calling in, and then we'll catch up with you next week, sir.
Look forward to seeing you both. We're saving you 2 seats in the front row.
Absolutely. It's a good day to get into some good trouble. So stay in some good trouble.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
You as well.
You too.
Good night.
Okay.
All right, we've been talking to Mr. Dan Hurd, so we're getting ready to wrap this thing up. We want to thank all of you all for tuning
That's in
in.
the chat watching right now.
Let's acknowledge people who are in the chat here tonight. Patricia Arnold, Patricia Saunders, our cousin Dolene Stutton. Hey, cousin Dolene. And who else? Tyrone Hills. Tony Get Sensational Saying, Mr. Dallas Cowboy himself. Thank you for joining in, and everybody else that's hiding behind your little fake screens on
Linda
YouTube.
Crouch
back
is
there.
watching, and Gail McFadden is watching.
Gail McFadden
is
hey,
watching.
Hey,
yes.
Gail. Yeah, I forgot to look down here. And Linda Crouch. And for all our little people that don't like us to see us, for us to see them when we're live, we'll know who you are anyway. Here, just in a
And I
little
got
bit.
one thing to say too.
All right, make it quick because I'm ready to
Y'all
go.
also know there is another meeting too about 3rd Avenue. They're still continuing. I don't understand how come they haven't shut this down yet. Commissioner Preston, I don't know why he haven't shut this down. They're still talking about making 3rd Avenue a 2-lane road from 10th Street to Hillsborough. They're still talking about it. Okay. The two biggest proponents of it was Gloria Battle and Terry Scott. Okay. They're pushing to make MLK Southwest 3rd Avenue a 2-lane road again with a median running down the strip, down the middle. Please, everyone, call your commissioners, call the mayor, and tell them we don't want this. I don't know why they still bringing this up, but I know why. They're trying to push everything in right now before March of 2027. That's what they're trying to do. That's their mission, but that's what I wanted to say. And we're going to wrap it up because they're all ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Yeah, I'm tired. I've been working all day.
Everyone have a good evening, and we'll hope to see you back here next week.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for watching the award-winning Adams Brothers podcast. We want to thank you all for tuning in and from the comfort of your home or wherever you are here in this state, city. You all could have been a million places, but you chose to be right here with the award-winning Adams Brothers podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate all of you. We love each and every last one of you out there in Facebook and YouTube land, even the one that's hiding on the fake pages. We love you too. And guess what? There's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Good night, everybody, and thank you for watching. And it's a good day to get into some good trouble. Good night.